whose eighth child is going to kill you. As soon as he heard this, immediately, you know what he did? The person who was ready to serve by becoming the chariot driver of sister, suddenly he takes up the sword and he holds the hair of Devaki and he says, I am going to kill you right now. So that is why people who have got this demoniac mindset never ever trust people's words. If you want to trust someone, they should be a person of character, a man of character, a woman of character. If a person is not known for his character, he or she can change their words any time. Just imagine a person who was ready to serve by becoming a chariot driver. Now in one moment, as soon as he heard the Akashvani, immediately wanted to kill, finish his own sister. How you can think like that? But that is Kamsa. Now Vasudeva pleads Kamsa, oh Kamsa, please don't kill her. Who is she? She is your own sister. Please don't do that. This is very simple. And he says, I'm not interested to hear your philosophy. So I want to do my work. You just leave. Then Kamsa gives a lot of logic. He says 3 reasons why you should not kill her. Number 1, she is a woman. Because you are a Kshatriya, you follow dharma, you follow scriptures. As per Shastra, no one should kill woman. Second, she is your sister. She is woman plus she is your sister. And third, she is woman, your sister, and she is just not married. You know what? It is said whenever a male and female or a boy and a girl or even in animal kingdom, I think all of you know Ramayana. In Ramayana, Valmiki when he comes to take bath in the water, at that time he sees one male bird and female bird, they were making love. They were hugging each other, kissing each other. And he is a renounced person, sannyasi, rishi. And he sees these beautiful birds making love. And if we were in that situation, we would think something else. But you know what Valmiki thought? Very interesting. Valmiki thought, wow, what an amazing creation. This concept of love is so nice. It is there even in this bird. And the attachment, the relationship, wow. And he was saying, hats off to that creator. Whoever is that creator, God. What a beautiful creation. He puts love in every animal, in every bird, animal, in all kinds of species. And because of that love, they also survive. You know, in my house, I stay in the 3rd floor. There was ventilation, there was space, and some what is this bird? Pigeons. One pigeon would come. We used to always say, hut, hut, hut. One pigeon without our knowledge came and dropped the egg. And I got really so surprised. This mother bird would come and sit on the egg and give shelter, protect the. And I was just trying to observe everything. And morning to afternoon, in the evening, around 4 to 6 o'clock, father bird would come. And it would see, and when father bird comes, this would fly to eat its food. And the father bird would come and give the protection to the egg. I thought, wow, what a creation. Actually speaking, if you start observing small things in our life, you have to believe in God. You have to say thank. You have to really be. You feel that. Just see, even from our body, right from our top to bottom, if you start observing our body, we can say, wow, what a creation. Have you ever noticed yourself? We have a phrase. Let us analyze our eyes. Eyes so beautiful. First there is a socket on that eyeball, retina, then to cover that eyelid, eyelash. What a protection. Suddenly if I do, immediately protection. Without your knowledge, eye has that protective senses. And we have hair on the head. Like if you cut it, it grows. If you don't cut it, you make world record. In India, many world records are like this. You don't do anything, just nail, you don't cut the nail, it becomes so long, world record. So on the head you get hair, and this hair grows and grows so much, right? If you don't cut it. But interestingly, the same pigments are made for the eyelash. This eyelash, when it falls, what do? You put it here and pray, wish, so many things you do. But this eyelash, if it falls off, again new eyelash comes and it stops here. Just imagine if this eyelash, that is also hair, if just grows and grows and grows and grows, then what happens? If you are in the class, I don't know whether you are in my class, then I have to say, what is your name? Raman. Then you will, yes sir. Right? Such a beautiful creation. Like once in summer, you get watermelon and coconut. To drink coconut water, what you have to do? You have to chop off so many layers of coconut. After that, there is water, and that water is sweet. First of all, who put the water inside? It is completely packed up. So if you start observing, there are some chairs vacant here. You can send some people inside rather than standing there. Huh? You want to say? Yeah, I'm saying. So what happened here? Kamsa was about to kill. Then Vasudeva tries to pacify him. You know what? There are chapters and chapters and chapters in the Bhagavatam. Vasudeva tries to give him lot of knowledge. You are not the body, you are the soul, the science of soul. So many things he explains. Kamsa says, I am not interested. Just allow me, I want to kill Devaki. Then finally, this happens. Vasudeva gives promise. He says, Kamsa, I will promise you that not only a child, even whatever child, from first child, as soon as Devaki delivers a child, I will personally come and give it to you. You do whatever you want. And as soon as Kamsa hears this, he says, accept it. Now here, very important lesson, what we can learn. What is the lesson? See, a person like Kamsa with such hardcore demoniac tendency, he just trusted Vasudeva. Why? Because Vasudeva was a man of character. Vasudeva in his entire life, in his entire track record, he had never done something which he has never broken any promise. Friends, this is what we need to develop. So Vasudeva, just because he was a man of character, Kamsa, that demon trusted him. Okay, good deal. So now what happens? If I kill, I have to get the blame of the killing my sister, woman, all those things, blah blah blah. Now what is happening? Now I got a solution where I don't have to kill sister, but I can kill every child born. And Kamsa was very happy. And he allowed, okay, go ahead. But what he did, I'll put you in jail. He said, no problem. So this is another important lesson. In Kannada there is a saying. How many of you know Kannada here? Some of you know, okay. Karyavasi katte kalidadu tappilla anta heltare. Meaning, when the time is, when in need of hour, even you can fall at the feet of ass. No problem. But get the things done. So here somehow you wanted to escape from this important situation where Devaki was about to die. He escaped. Later we will try to do something else. But now at least Devaki is alive. That is the problem. So he is put in the now first child is born. I don't know how many of you know the entire procedure of conception. I am an astrologer. There are so many people who come to me. I am not yet married. So basically, some people come. I don't have a job. Please help me. Some people, I have job but no promotion. Please help me. Some people, I am not able to study properly. Please help me. Some people, my exams are coming. Please help me. Some students, exams or results have come. Please help me. Some people have not got married. Please help me. Some people have got married. Please help me. So like a variety of people come to me. So in that, one is to get married. Getting married is only nowadays too many complications. Now after getting married, you can come here. There are chairs free. So getting married is one thing. Second thing is, friends, about conceiving. We may say getting married is I have my control. I will select this particular boy, particular girl. She should be like this. When she smiles, she should look like Aishwarya Rai. Something, we have so many expectations, right? One boy came to me. He said, "Sir, I have these expectations. Can you please help me?" And I saw 45 points he had written. 45 points. I spoke to him for 15 minutes. After that, he said, "Sir, I have only 3 points now." So you have to come down to the reality also. So here what happened? So I was talking about this conception. Even there are so many scientists, they have done so much research, everything, but nobody knows how this conception happens. A boy or a husband and wife, they unite, that's fine. After that, what exactly happens? What particular sperm goes and breaks that egg and forms a zygote? That nobody is able to find out. Track. It's impossible. It's out of our mind. It's mind-blowing concept. Forget it. So then what happens? Somehow conception happens. Then as soon as the conception happens, the mother comes to know after the second month. So then she comes and she tells, "You know what? I think I need to go to a doctor." Then she checks. Second month only they can find out the heartbeat of the soul baby who has come. So they see and they get excited. Wow! Now we are going to become father and mother. So they are very happy. Then third month, fourth month, and in the fourth month there is anomaly scans. In the scanning, they show you the child's some small features, hands, fingers, legs, feet, everything they show, and they're so excited. Wow, my son looks like that. Actually, the son doesn't look like that, but it's just a scanning images. So after 4 months, then fifth month, it is like trimester, 9 months gestation period, trimester. So every trimester is. It's like a lot of anxiety, a lot of happiness, like mixed emotions. That is one thing. Second thing, how many of you while eating, some kadi patta, coriander leaf gets stuck in the teeth? What happens after it gets stuck? You can't do anything else in your life. Tongue will go and try to remove, right? If you don't get toothpick, your life is miserable. Somebody is talking, "Hey, wait, first, you could add that, there is so many things." Until it comes out, what is the situation? Very disturbing, right? You can't focus on anything. Why it is like that? Because any foreign particle comes inside, it disturbs our body. Now when a woman becomes pregnant, it is not just a foreign particle. A new life is getting born. New life. And it is not that you can remove it whenever you want, whenever you are disturbed. The entire body changes. Mental stability changes. Like there are a lot of changes in the entire system of women. That is why many women say we are equal to men. No! Women can never be equal to men. Women are somewhere high. We can't even reach them. Right? A big applause to all the women. They are somewhere else. Next level. Men cannot even think about all those things. But equality and all, I don't believe in this equality. Women are somewhere different. So, what was the point? I was saying, so the entire body, mind, everything changes. For 9 months, the mother bears the child. And so many times vomiting sensation. Not sensation, vomiting. You eat, something comes out. You feel like eating this. You can't smell something, you don't like some smell. You don't like particular thing to eat. There are a lot of complications. And every complication mother is enjoying. She's just so happy to accept and acknowledge all these different changes in her life. And life goes on. And both mother, father, grandparents, all the families, they are just waiting for that day. It is 9 months, 9 days, that delivery day. And as soon as the child, I don't know how many of you know about labor pain. Labor, it is not a labor pleasure, it is labor pain. And about labor pain, only that, what is that pain, only a mother can tell. Nobody else can tell. If you have not experienced it, you can't even understand what is that pain. If somebody gives injection, there is some pain. If mosquito bites, there is some pain. These things only we know. But what is labor pain? It is unimaginable. Only the mother can know that. So now what is happening to Devaki? They have gone through all these different varieties of emotions. And after 9 months, the child is born. Such an amazing experience to feel that I am the mother of this child. I have given life to this child. I am the father of this child. And after all this, Vasudeva comes and tells Devaki, give me the child. I want to give to Kamsa. How painful it is, right? That is what happened. So, what happened?
Why should they even have children if they...
Later we will discuss about that. Questions we will take later. First, let me complete the topic. So Vasudeva finally takes the first child and he hands over to Kamsa. You know what Kamsa did? He takes that first child, he throws against the wall, and just blood on the wall, baby falls dead. Brutal murder. It is definitely a demonic nature. And this is what happened for the first child. What happened to the second child? No, actually what happened, after the first child, Vasudeva goes and gives his child to the Kamsa. Kamsa takes the first child, and even though he was such a demon, 1 second he feels amazing. What is this Vasudeva? He is a man. He told as soon as the child is born he will give, and he is coming and giving. What a man he is. Inside he is glorifying Vasudeva, but outside he cannot show that. He says, Vasudeva, I like you, man. Bro, I like you. Now I am feeling, my heart is melted. I don't want to kill this child, bro. Take that child. And Vasudeva asks, Kamsa, are you sure? Yes, I am sure. Take the child. And he takes from Kamsa and he is walking, he is not happy. Because he knows demonic people can change their mind anytime. He is just moving. Takes the child. There is happiness, but he knows this is not going to end. So he is just walking out. Suddenly one special person enters. He comes. Narayana, Narayana. Naramuni comes. And Naramuni says, Kamsa, looks like you are in different emotion. What happened? He says, Naramuni ji, please sit. We'll discuss what happened. Then Naramuni says, Kamsa, don't believe these devatas. What is Akashawani? A child of Devaki will kill me. Correct. A child from where? From top to bottom it is first, second, third. But if you calculate the opposite, first child may also kill. Never ever take risk. Do the needful. Narayana, Narayana. And he goes off. Then immediately what Kamsa does? Hey, call that bro. So Vasudeva comes back and he says, give the child. You said you don't know. Hey, get lost. Give the child. And he throws against the wall. First child is finished. Some of you are thinking, why this Narada is doing like this, right? Why Narada has to do this? Because, sorry?
Because the 8th child needs to come.
8th child needs to come? I will tell you at the last time, answer this question. I will answer the question. So now Kamsa brutally murders all 6 children. Not one. Again, that second child, again conception, trimester, delivery. Happiness, then distress. Third child, fourth child, fifth child, sixth child, then. So these 6 children, what are these 6 children? Shh, please don't talk. What are these 6 children? These 6 children signify our 6 anarthas. What are the 6 anarthas? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So these are the acharyas have given commentaries on Krishna Janmashtami. What are the 6 children? It signifies these 6 anarthas. Why this comparison is given? Because if you want Krishna to be born in our heart, we have to first kill these 6 children, our pet children. We are actually taking care of these children very nicely. Our ego, our anger, our greed, our illusion is on top. We don't care for anybody else. So we have taken care of that. So we have to brutally kill it. So then seventh child, Balaram comes. So Balaram comes. Balaram is called as Adi Guru. So Balaram comes in the womb of Devaki, and when Balaram was born, Devaki was shining. She was glowing without fair and lovely. So she was glowing. So then what happened? People understood something is happening now, son and child. Then after some time what happened? They said it is aborted. But what? It was not aborted. Balaram came and he made, because Guru comes and first makes the field ready. Then it is just like if some big celebrity comes, their assistant will come and they check everything is ready. Okay, now call the boss. Now boss will come with the background music also. So here, before the boss entry, so second boss, that is Balaram, comes and creates the place. Now Krishna has to be there, na? He has to keep it ready, create more auspiciousness, and they say it is aborted, but he has come and he is gone. So Devaki became very attractive, and all devatas came to take darshan of Devaki. And this is the eighth child. When Krishna came inside her womb, then she started literally becoming more beautiful and beautiful, more beautiful. All devatas came. See here, you can see all devatas came, and they say they want to take darshan of Devaki. Who is Devaki? The mother of Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayak. Wow, what an amazing thing. So they came here, they were taking darshan. Then before the birth, then what happened? So first Vishnu appeared. So Vishnu appeared and explained Vasudeva. Now I am going to be born. So I am going to be born as a Krishna, and after that, as soon as I am born, what you should do? Take me to Gokul, not Vrindavan. Gokul. First he goes to Gokul. So leave me there under the shelter of Yashoda. So now, before this seventh child was aborted. Eighth child, when she became pregnant, then Vishnu instructs Vasudeva that you should do like this. After I am born, take me, cross Yamuna, go to Gokul and leave me. And he disappeared. Another important point here is Vasudeva is jailed and he was chained. His legs, hands were chained. And if we were in this position, what you would have asked? Oh, Vishnuji, wait 1 second. Now you told we have to go to Gokul. How do I go? Is car ready? Have you booked the cab? It may rain. How to cross the ocean? Some cruise, at least some boat, something is there. But Vasudeva never asked any question. Because he had that confidence. If Lord is something, some superiors are saying something, they will also. That's why instruction comes with empowerment. If our seniors someone say something, that with that instruction comes empowerment also. So he knew that, so he continued. So then many times people come to us as counselors. I have this problem, that problem. My parents did not take care of me. My father did not. My husband is not taking care of me. My brother, sister doesn't respect me. I have so many problems. They say. But wait a minute. Have you read Krishna Leela? You read anything? What was Krishna? What was Krishna's birth? Where did Krishna got birth? Inside the jail. Where were you born? Apollo, Cradle, big hospitals. Right? Krishna was born in jail. And as soon as Krishna was born, his own father took him away from mother and put him under someone. Where? From some village, some corner place. And who was Krishna? He was a prince, going to be the prince. But now, he has to be born. His upbringing was in some insignificant village. Was your life much difficult than the Krishna? No. He is not in a situation to get raised from his own parents. So not easy. So when Lord comes and takes avatar also, they also show in this material world how the life is. Life is not going to be easy, friends. Life is going to be challenging. When you accept that challenge, only then we grow in our life. So finally, without any asking question, as soon as the baby was born, Krishna takes the baby. By that time, all the security guards, everyone comes, everybody goes to Nidra. It is called Maya Nidra, deep sleep. Nothing actually disturbed them. They were in deep sleep. It was like almost like unconscious state. Then what happened? He took the child and he took in one basket and he started going. And there was water. Then Ananta Shesh came and protected the child for his journey. Then finally Vasudeva exchanges the child of Yashoda. So Yashoda at that time she had given birth to a baby girl. So the baby girl was wearing pink color dress and baby boy was wearing blue color dress. Nowadays that is what they do, but I'm just telling you. So finally the baby himself was blue, the blue boy. So finally he exchanges as per the instruction of Vishnu. He keeps Krishna there, takes the baby girl and he goes back. And again his hands, legs are chained, the jail, and everybody woke up. And baby started crying. The small baby girl started crying. And immediately, oh, a child is born. Now today is the day. Kamsa, is something going to happen? Immediately we should inform the boss. They said, Maharaj, Kamsa, what happened? Now Devaki has delivered the baby. Really? I want to come. And he also goes. And he sees Devaki is blushing. Devaki is glowing. And he says, wow, by this easily we can understand, this is the child who is going to come and kill me. Before this child kills, I will finish. And he says, give me the child. And for this child, Devaki says, Bhaiya, 7 children you have already killed. Leave this one child. Hey, this is the child who is going to kill me. No, nothing. Yes, give me. And he just throws the child. And that child, it goes and becomes Yogamaya, Ma Durga. So Devi, she becomes Devi. And she says, you fool Kamsa, the child who is going to kill you is already born. Don't worry, right time, he will come, he'll finish you. And his anxiety becomes much. Then what happened? Huh? Hey, you went. Can you go to the... What is the time? Oh, how many minutes I have? Done? I'm done. Time is done. Okay, I'll conclude. Yeah. So, here, so first six children signify the 6 anarthas, that is lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride. 7th child signifies Guru. And 8th child is the Lord who comes and takes birth. Oh. Okay, some problem. Okay, I'll conclude here. So similarly, if we want Krishna to be born in our heart, we should also follow this process. We have conceived 6 children already. Who are they? We all know Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, it is already there. It is conceived and they have grown very big. And then every time they come and tell us, I am great, that ego, everything is there. So we need to kill that anarthas and then we have to allow the Guru to come and plow our field and make our heart ready. Then Lord Krishna will take birth in our heart. And Janmashtami is not only tomorrow, but Janmashtami is every day. Every day, whenever we get up in the morning and have this pure consciousness that yes, I want to become a better person. I want to do something to the world. Whatever God-given intelligence I have, if somebody is good at computers, somebody is good at something else, different branches you are good at. So in that field you grow, become expert and contribute. Finally, our goal is not only money. Money is not the goal of life. Money is part of the life. So our goal is whatever talent, inborn talent we have got, let us become expert in that and let us contribute. That is what I say. One of the most important lessons we can learn from Krishna is humility. He is Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayak. He comes as a chariot driver to Arjuna. You may be thinking, chariot driver is also one way it is good. You get an opportunity to drive the horses. Becoming a chariot driver is not easy, friends. You know how to drive in the war. Now, if I am a driver, if Arjuna is somebody's Rati who is going to shoot arrows to the soldier when he is behind, when I am driving, he sees enemy there, he wants me to go right side. For him to tell me, or if I have to tell my chariot driver to go right, I have to literally kick. If you want to go left side, you have to kick on the back. So Krishna was ready to take that role, getting kicked by an insignificant person. So by this we can understand from Krishna what we can learn is contribution over position. So contribution is more important than our position. He never cared for what position because he wanted to establish dharma. To establish dharma, he knew if he becomes a chariot driver, many things can be taken care. With one last pastime, I'll conclude. After the entire Kurukshetra war, because there were so many arrows were hit, Arjuna's what do you call Kiritam, it got hit. The Ratha, so many arrows were hit to the Rathas, and so many arrows were hit to the horses. After everything, finally, the entire Kauravas were destroyed. Pandavas emerged victorious, and after the entire war, the entire Ratha, Krishna brought to near the tent. And he said, Arjuna, get up. And Arjuna said, Krishna, we have done so much, you please get up. And Krishna told, no Arjuna, you get down. No, Krishna, you should get down. Get down. So Arjuna did hear. And are you sure, Arjuna, you want me to get down first? Yes. Then Krishna just steps one foot he just keeps down. Suddenly, the one part of the chariot breaks. Then Krishna looks at Arjuna. It's understood. Then Arjuna gets down. Then after that, Krishna gets down. As soon as Krishna comes out, entire chariot becomes completely broken apart. That shows very clearly Krishna actually protected the entire chariot, Arjuna, and to establish that. So thank you all very much for your patient hearing and attention. May Lord Krishna bless all of us so that we also become like Vasudeva with that character. Thank you.